Welcome to A1 Supa Sundays. I've never been here before. It's totally new track for me. And there's no practice session. We're straight into qualifying. Look at the grid. Whole bunch of people. It was raining not too long ago, so the track's going to be a bit greasy. So this could be me learning and then trying to set the fastest qualifying lap I possibly can. I can't move the seat forward. I'm in my race suit, the rain suit, as you can see. I can't move the seat forward, which I normally do, so it's going to handle a little bit differently. But I think we should be in for a good race regardless. So I'll take you guys with me.
What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another video. Today we are at A1 Supa Karts out in Bendigo, Victoria. So this was like I said, my first time at this track. The track, as you can see, is still greasy. We had rain on the drive up to the track, so this is not at all dry conditions. And the videos really don't do it justice. You can see a lot of understeer there. The videos really don't do it justice. When I got to this track, the amount of elevation here is actually pretty staggering. This is all downhill. This part is slightly flat, and then it's all uphill from here. So a very slight incline, but it is going uphill. So this hairpin, all uphill. This part here is actually off camber. It's terrible. You can see me just fighting with the kart. Here you can probably see that it's an uphill here, but still climbing. And then right at the top here is where it starts to go downhill again. So I wasn't planning on coming out here. I got a message from my mate Kyan last night, and he was like, dude, there's this thing going on, do you want to go? I'll give you a lift. And it's like, hell yeah. Let's do it. So here I'm really filling out the track. Like I said, I've never been here before. I haven't watched any races here. I haven't looked at any track guides, so I'm just totally feeling it out. And it's a really cool track. Lots of sweepers. And you got to remember, this is qualifying, so I'm also, at the same time as trying to learn the track, I'm trying to go as fast as possible. I have 8 laps for this qualifying session. And here you can see a 46. For reference, the leaders were doing high 41s, so I've got a long way to go. I bet in the drive this track is so much fun. I can kind of come to grips with it. This corner super fast, really fast, almost flat if you get the line right. Maybe not in these conditions. So I'm definitely not going to fight with anybody. If somebody wants to get past, I'm going to let them pass. I just want to give myself as much space and time as possible to be able to learn the track. Totally sail past the apex there. And so in the drive, that turn 1, no, this is turn 1, but that big hairpin back there is actually a no braking zone. You can just lift. But here is very greasy, a lot of understeer, as you can see. What is this? I think this is my 3rd lap, and you can start to see that I'm beginning to become more confident with the kart, with this track as well. The fact that I couldn't move the seat forward, actually I maybe could have. I found out after this qualifying that the way that you change the seats is different. It's not like a tab in the middle of the seat that you pull. There's actually like some lever on the right hand side. Not all of the seats can be changed, but this one might have been able to. I didn't know it at the time. And so also my seat is further back than it normally is, which means more of my weight is distributed over the rear instead of the front. I try to move it as far forward as possible to be able to give me as much initial turn in. I want a more pointy kart rather than a bit more of a lazy one like I have here. But do the best with what you got. That corner is just horrendous for me all day long. Nice little double apex. You can definitely start to see that I'm becoming more comfortable with the track. Finding the limit there, still hitting the apex. Not even coming close to it there though. Oh my god. Still having a nightmare of a time through there. I think that lap was actually my fastest lap of the qualifying session. So you can see 44.13. Again, the leaders were running, if not high 41s and low 42s. I was definitely a couple seconds off the pace. And because I'm a couple seconds off the pace, you're not going to see it from my angle. But I've got a big queue of cars right behind me who are itching to get past. Totally off track there. So you can see I've got karts alongside now. I'm starting to do some head checks. They can try to scoot past me if they want. I'm just trying to set a fast qualifying time if I can. Absolutely bin it. Totally off track. Still they're not able to get past me. They're starting to make some moves. Don't know what happened there, don't know why I didn't go for the overtake. But it's quite late in the qualifying session now. I think you guys can sort of get what's coming. But I was quite surprised. I thought, oh wow, if this is what the race is going to be like, then it's good to know that you can actually defend going into that first turn. You kind of position yourself quite nicely. This fella gets through, and then I just let everyone I'm like, if one's going to get through, let them all go through. They're going to give me a gap, and I'll just have some clean air to go ahead and punch in some more laps. And I also wanted to see if they would pull away. Just some sort of frame of reference. That guy just sails through. That guy flies through on the inside. So now we kind of want to get an idea of where my pace is at versus the rest of the field. If they pull away, if so, by how much. I've just got people flying up my inside. Is the chicken flag. So fastest that was a 44.13. Let's go see what I thought of that. So we are about to do the reverse grid race. I qualified last, but that's okay. I get to go first, and the track's now warmed up because it was wet. Tires were new. Now they're all kind of warmed in. So let's have some fun. See what we can do. It's raining.
And it is wet. It is wet. Do you hear me? Yeah. It is wet. Your weight advantage has just gone out the window.
Okay, I'm going to do my best. I'm gonna listen to what the kart needs. I'm gonna drive hard. I drive hard. Nobody gets past me without a fight. I don't know this track, but I'm no pushover. When the helmet goes down, the gloves come off. I'm relentless, I'm ruthless. Drive the wet line, find the grip. Experiment, find the grip, be fast. I'm racing. I'm racing.
So that was just some of the self-affirmations I was telling myself before the race, just sort of getting myself in the zone, because I'm very aware I am not on the pace of all the people here, all the locals. So this is round 3 of A1 Supa Sundays. I might not have mentioned that. I have just jumped in, spur of the moment. Everybody here has had multiple rounds. They know this track, they know it very well. But I want to be like Max Verstappen in Miami. It doesn't matter how dead my tires are, how slow I am. If somebody wants to get past me, they have to earn it. That's my mindset going into this. And as you can see, the rain is starting to absolutely bucket down. So this formation lap, I am kind of trying to warm up my tires. In hindsight, I probably should have been searching for grip more than anything. See, car does not want to steer. If I thought it was greasy before, this is just on a whole different level. And I should also mention this is my first time doing a rolling start at Stony Creek. Sorry, not Stony Creek. At A1 Supa Karts. And I have no idea how these rolling starts work. And I've got to set the pace when this cart in front comes in and pulls away. So I did have a bit of a chit chat with the people running it, asking what are the boxes he's talking about, how's it gonna work. You can see that the water just got into the microphone, so unfortunately the audio is a little bit crook for the rest of this race. This is sort of what it sounds like. It sounds underwater, but here are the boxes. These are the lanes that we'll be running in. But I'm confused. I'm like, are we going now? Do we just leave him in the middle, or is this a practice? I'm super confused. He's looking around. I assume we must be going around for another lap. See, the car is just not turning at all in some of these corners. Just absolutely terrible. And this is my first time ever at this track, and this is a championship, Supa Sunday, so I've got people behind me who they want the championship points. They want the best shot at winning the prize money for this championship. People are here to win. This is my first time ever, and I'm in P1 for the reverse race, and it's raining. See my hand slip off the wheel there, but I'm just desperately trying to get some heat into the tires or something. Here we go. We come around for the race start. The pace cart pulls off to the side, and we have to hold pace until the flag goes. And the flag is gone. I'm 100% sure people went before the flag, because I am swamped with 4 wide into turn 1. This guy on the right hand spins. I get punted out of there. These guys get punted out of there, and then I'm off onto the dirt, and it's all gone spectacularly pear-shaped, sorry. And at this point I'm in P12, so I've gone from P1 all the way to P13 now out of 16, so pretty much the back of the grid on turn 1 and lap 1. There wasn't really much I could do there. You see so many people just stacked it, spun out. I was just an unfortunate piece of collateral in the whole situation. But the rain is great. You can see I was prepared for the rain. I have the rain suit on, and honestly, I enjoy the rain sometimes. I didn't enjoy it at Stony Creek, definitely. but I played this game before, and so I thought, let's give it a good crack, eh? See a lot of people going to the inside and sort of drifting out right. One person stranded on the right hand side there. This corner was tough in particular. That guy, I don't know what happened, he just disappeared. But that other corner has very little grip. Here I really stupidly should have been taking the inside line where nobody would be racing in the dry. But the wet line sometimes is around the outside, just the unused parts of the track, like along here, lots of grip on the outside. But that's not the case for every corner. But I'm taking the same approach here, taking the outside line, go on the inside, flipped it around, take somebody else out, end up getting a couple places, and we're up to P8. Here again, I'm taking the same approach, really trying to go around the outside, use the unused parts of the track, but then through there you kind of have to cross through the dry line where there's so much rubber. But here I should have been taking the inside line. You see the outside just very sketchy, like where the grip is, it's like the opposite of the apex of the corner, super sketchy. The outside here had a decent bit of grip. And then a whole bunch of people stacking through here, pick up a few places. So my whole mentality with that corner was trying to get a straighter exit. That's my mate Kyan. He actually went on to win this race. Spoiler alert. But he dropped out, he spun out on lap 2, and now he's charged his way back through the field. So he's already up to P6, doing a great job from the back of the field. And what he does really brilliantly is he overtook me on one corner, he got past another kart on another corner. I think this is about 2 corners after that, and he makes another move on another kart. So within half a lap, he's passed 3 of us. And now he's looking at starting up that 4th. So he's just got a massive amount of forward momentum in terms of overtaking. I think there he makes a move on that guy, and yeah, one lap he's made up a number of places and is on his way to the podium. So for me right now, I have no idea where in the field I am. Not a clue. But I know I must have driven a decent race. A lot of people are just falling victim to the conditions more than anything. Here I tried the middle line. The middle line also has no grip. But I assumed, I don't know, I kind of assumed the inside line also had no grip from that, which was the wrong conclusion to come to. I was gaining on that guy, but got a little bit too much oversteer and lost my momentum. And now here I'm starting to take more of a V-shaped line. Allows me to straighten up on the exit, put the power down cleanly, so going right around the outside. Managed to make my way up into 4th place from there. Pretty sure this is a lapped car. And so now, because of the conditions and how far into the race we are, we're going to start lapping some cars. We're going to start passing some back markers who have just spun one time too many and lost a lot of time. Oh, very dirty part of the track there, very dirty. See the car just step out on me. Still lots of grip around that outside. And something to bear in mind for wet weather racing is that the grip is where the rubber is not, generally. But as these races go on, as you start taking the wet line, rubber starts being laid on the tarmac, and therefore it starts to become slippery, and so the line changes as the track evolves. And so that's something that I'm bearing in mind as I'm racing, is that what I'm doing on one lap might not be relevant and might not work a few laps later. I should have taken my own advice with this. I don't know why I keep taking the outside line there, to be honest. There's another back marker. A little bit of a bump. I decided not to lift, to be honest. I was just like, I'll just give it a little love tap. It's fine. So you can really start to see that I've found my rhythm a lot more, especially with that exit. And now I've got a fresh road ahead of me. I've got a clear road. There's no back markers, and now I can start to take off and start to try catch the leaders. And at this point in the race, I'm totally in flow. All I'm thinking about is the next corner and what worked last time and what I should do this time and where there's grip. If you could hear me mic'd up, all I'm saying is no grip, grip. And I'm just on an experiment. I'm just searching around, seeing where the grip is, where I can put the pedal down. And I'm just having fun with it, just experimenting. I really do love wet weather racing for this reason. Obviously, this is on slick tyres. If you have wet weather tyres, it's very different. You don't drive the way that we're driving right now. This corner still was the most difficult. Lots of grip on the left-hand side of the track here. It's very unused. Bit of an off-track moment there, trying to use the middle part of the track. And that off-track caused another off-track because I've still got mud on my tyres. Perfect, beautiful. And now you can actually start to see that there's a group of cars as I come onto this back straight. There's a group of cars going into turn one. And so now that I've seen this ahead of me, and I've been so used to going onto the back straight and it's empty, now I'm starting to realise that I'm closing in on a pack of cars, and I start to get excited. See that group of cars, they're getting closer. That's sort of how I'm time marking myself. That's my point of reference. When I'm at X point in the track, where are they? And without using any live delta or live timing or anything like that, that's sort of how I'm gauging my own pace. This fella here is definitely a back marker, not at all part of the group that I was chasing. Get a little switchback going off there. Decided not to go for the dive bomb into turn one because I figured if he's a back marker, he's probably going to make the same mistake that a lot of other lapped cars have been making. Hit the curb a little bit there, pushes me wide, and I get some grip, which is great. Still no grip out here. I don't know why I keep trying. Another little off track. The car's sliding around because I've got some mud on the tyres. no grip, very little. And now I've caught up to another group of karts. In my head I'm thinking, wow, it might be the group of karts that I was eyeing up, way up ahead. I don't think it actually is. I think this is a group of cars that all of them actually ended up passing. If you can see the group way ahead in the distance. So these are all lapped cars, but it's still very nice to see signs of life on the racetrack after a few lonely laps. Go around the outside of that guy. Stacks it. Very common corner, that one, for people to oversteer. Just lose control. I have a little bit of an off track. Definitely not ideal. And there's the chicken flag. You can see in the distance I was closing the gap. I was getting really excited about that. I believe that's Kyan up ahead. The gap between me and P1 was 10 seconds. So there was a lot of ground to make up. I was definitely closing the gap. Just unfortunately not at the rate that I needed to be able to fight for the podium positions or even fight for that race win. But P4 overall, I'm really happy with this result, considering this is the first race that I've ever done here. The conditions were pretty treacherous. I mean, it never shows it on camera, but it was just raining cats and dogs, especially at the race start when everybody got caught off guard. But I had a mega amount of fun. The track is so awesome. And yeah, let's see what I thought of that.
My guy! Let's go, baby!
So what is going on? We're here at Bendigo. Oh, somebody's spun in this corner. I qualified last, but then it started raining for the reverse grid race, which was perfect for me. As you can see, I'm in the rain suit. So, oh gosh. So it was perfect for me. Absolute chaos in the race, but I didn't spin. I got knocked out of first almost immediately. We're 4 wide into turn 1. But came away from the first race here ever in P4, so I'm actually super stoked about that. It stopped raining now. I want some more rain because it'll give me a great opportunity to go from, I start last in the feature race, give me a great opportunity to go from last to fighting for the podium positions. People are really struggling in the wet, to be honest. It was really bucketing down, but I had a great time finding the grip, just experimenting, seeing what worked. Totally, my brain just loved it, and I had a great race. So at the moment we've got the other heat going on at the moment. Lots of spins. You can see another one down there. The grip will keep changing. So what worked in the last race won't be working here, and what works here won't work for our race. But we'll see how we go. Gotcha.
Alright, so we're about to do the feature race. I'm starting last, as you can see. This kart seat does not change, so it's fixed. But I'm going to do my best, even with the weight distribution. I'm feeling confident after the last race. A P4 finish is great at a first track. And I can't wait to see how this one goes. It was so wet last time. It was phenomenal. And I'm gassed. I am gassed. I cannot wait. Let's go.
Here we go, the main event. So this is the formation lap. I am starting from the back of the grid, as you can see. And if you listen really closely, you might be able to hear this weird sort of whacking noise from my kart, especially in the corners. right there. So I've actually got a belt loose on this kart, which is a shame because this was a really good kart. A lot of good race results came from this kart, number one. But mentally in my head, I am, well, for one, I'm checking for grip, and for two, I'm mentally preparing myself to run a race with a potentially bung kart. Because if I pull into the pits, I'm throwing the entire race result. That's what I'm thinking as I'm coming up this hill. Lining up in formation. And I'm being called into the pits.
Is it okay?
We'll put you on this one, because this one's a bit weird. Can't you hear the belt slipping?
Yeah, I can.
So I could hear the belt slipping,
Very awesome, thank you.
but I did not expect him to give me a new car.
Can the seat move forward?
Oh no, it's my car, sorry.
Okay.
It's a box.
Sorry, could you really try to do the pedals?
Yeah, I can do that. Forward, backwards.
Forward, one click.
What?
Yeah, just trying to get the pedals to move.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Go out the back of him. Oh wait, once I go past.
Sweet.
So as great as it is to have a new car, this is everybody else's second formation lap. And they are embarking on their third. I joined the back of the pack. So they're going for their third formation lap. I go for my first, which means my tyres are freezing cold compared to everybody else's. It's a good thing I'm starting at the back, but my plan, my race strategy for this start was to hopefully capitalize on everybody else making mistakes like they had been in the previous races, especially into turn one. I expected a whole bunch of people to have some pile-ups, and the early laps to really start to get into some battles, bang wheels, and bang wheels where there's no grip and end up spinning. And for me to go from P16 to hopefully pick up a number of places in the opening laps. But having ice cold tyres definitely does not help my case. So I am viciously scrubbing, viciously braking. I'm trying to get any heat into these things that I can. And here I'm feeling from my watch, it felt like it was loose, but it was a figment of my imagination. And here we go, race start. Everybody was well behaved. Can you believe that? Except for me banging into people at the back. Not a single stack. Nobody crashed. Absolutely gutted. I thought, hey, maybe someone will crash here. Nope. Still P16. We're almost a whole lap in. There we go, I finally get a little bit of what I was looking for. Managed to make up 4 places, but I was really hoping for a lot more than that in the first lap. I've realised with the conditions, if I can keep myself and the kart on the track, I've got a pretty good shot at taking on some good results. Unlike that fella there. So I found here there's lots more grip on the inside. And so my race strategy has completely changed from the reverse grip race. Now it's a lot safer, there's a lot more grip in there. Somebody there is centered off the side of the road. And on lap 2 we're up into P10. It's a good start. Honestly, I was hoping for a lot more rain. I thought it would have made the race a lot more interesting, but we should have a very wet track to deal with instead. My pace in this race is already pretty good. There was quite a big gap between me and the karts ahead, and I've managed to close it up. See, I really got a good run on this car. Catching is one thing, passing is another. I take the inside line, way lower minimum speed. He ends up having the space to go alongside. I managed to find the grip, but not enough, and 2 people get past me. So I'm back down into P11. I really should have taken that outside line there instead of cutting inside. It's something I would never normally do, but I think I got a bit trigger happy there. See my steering wheel, I had no idea what direction to go. He spins himself out. We're back up into P10. Out of there. This corner is still extremely tricky, trying to find out where the grip exactly is, and then try not to understand like a boat coming through there. I don't know what was up here, but I managed to have a really good go up the inside, and now I feel very vulnerable. Looked for a potential switchback, but he hasn't pulled it off. I completely hopped the curb there. But in the end, managed to keep the position, I guess. Unlike iRacing, no slowdown penalty, thankfully. know the conditions don't look that bad, but I promise you, on slick tyres, rental car tyres, it was treacherous. People were still sliding all over the place. The dry line was nowhere near safe enough to use. If you went off track like I did a few times, and you picked up mud, does not help the case. And I think when it's pouring down, I actually think it's more enjoyable to race in than when it's just like this. Because oil stays on the track, mud stays on the track, as opposed to when you have constant rain, constant downpour, and it's sort of washing the track clean quite a lot of the time. So yeah, I low-key preferred the conditions in the reverse grid race. I found it a bit more predictable. Kind of in no man's land, again playing the same game that I was doing in the reverse grid race, just trying my best to catch the pack up ahead, but I'm into a pretty clean gap. I'm actually starting to catch the karts in front, whether or not they're lapped karts or not. It's always very encouraging to be catching anyone else on the track. Tried a bit of a different line there, a little bit more of a tighter line. Ahead actually spins off, that was 4th position, up into P8. Yeah, another kart spins, 4th position, up into P7. Taking a very different line into here now. I feel like the conditions have changed on the track. it's actually better for me to go right around the outside than to kind of V it off, like I had been previously. Saw that a car had spun, I thought, man, maybe I could make up another place, but he manages to get himself turned around and going in the right direction. And at this point, I'm aware that I am actually under attack by somebody else. I can see him out the corner of my eye. He takes an inside line. I think that's okay because I'll get a better exit out of here. What I don't realise is that that's the timing line right there. What I thought, so I'm like, let me prioritise this exit a little bit. If I get a run on him, there's a checkered flag. What I thought is that where we start is where we finish, so I thought I beat him to the line right there. There's a big sign that says slow down. He's like, what are you doing? The race finished ages ago. So that's how the feature race went. I started P16, finished P8 in the end, so still really successful drive considering I started with the back of the grid as my first time here. So I was actually really happy to be walking away with a P8 in this race and a P4 in the reverse grid race. Would have been nice if I got a P7 if I beat him to the line, but I just didn't know the track, unfortunately. He does a little spin move to show off, and that's the pit timing line right there. And we're pulling pits, and yeah, let's see what I thought of the race weekend all up.
Fine. What is going on? So we just finished the feature race. I started I don't know, all the way at the back, like 17 or something. Finished P8 or P7. Somewhere there, somewhere mid-pack. I thought I might have got one guy right at the end, but I got the distances wrong. And the time attail was in a different spot, but good race. So much fun. Can't wait for the next one.